your boy, D Harv. Welcome to Straight Up All Game, where we're going to bring you everything from the Ricketts to the Hall of Fame tonight. Thank you for stopping in. Now let me introduce you to the host of this show, D Wright, the running back guru.
Hey, y'all, man, what's going on? I know your boy looked pretty clean cut tonight. I was trying to grow up my hair, but I couldn't do it. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to go back to Southern California pretty boy style. But hey, we're going to introduce our recent graduate of Fresno State. I mean, this dude is electrifying. No other than our other co-host, Bryan Welch.
Hey, Dwayne, the hair's looking pretty good, but hey, you know what? Especially being on summer break right now. Hey, summer break forever. Now I'm in the real world. Not with the
Right.
Hey, I'm rocking the Hawaiian shirt tonight. A lot to discuss, gentlemen. Hey, you know what? We took a week off last week, but hey, NBA Finals going on right now. And let me just say, gentlemen, this is probably one of the most intriguing NBA Finals we've seen in the last 10 years, where we don't have a Steph Curry and we don't have a LeBron playing. And it's refreshing to see that there's more faces of the NBA than LeBron James and Steph Curry.
Of course. Hey, you were freezing a little bit, B. Welch. I think, see, look, if you look at the screens to all of our viewers who watch us all the time, it seemed like D. Harv now has Bryan Welch's screen, and Bryan Welch's now has D. Harv, because for some reason, there's a little lag on B. Welch, but it's all right. We heard what you said. D. Harv heard what you said. Hey, man. Finally. I guess you were asking us something about it's great to see other faces of the NBA besides LeBron James and Stephen Curry. D. Harv said yes, so I'll let D. Harv start.
Yeah, it's a great thing, man. You know, but they talk about Ant-Man, the next Jordan. It ain't looking so good for him right now.
Well, I don't know. You know, the boy can ball. I got to give him that.
True
facts. And I think it's the bench, man. At the end of the day, I think he doesn't have the support system as the other stars have. You got to think about that. I mean, LeBron had all types of, benches from when he started in Cleveland, all the way from Miami to when he got to the Lakers. Then when he got to the Lakers, it declined. And now you see what happened. But then you look at Orlando Magic, right? Let's start there. Orlando, they had Penny Hardaway, they had Shaquille O'Neal, right? Yeah. You go to Miami. Miami had who? Dwayne Wade, and they had Big Boy.
Likely and Adonis Haslem.
Yep. But he had somebody else that was way important in all those cats. Come on now. I'm kind of going over the tandems. But yes, he had Shaq. Who we missing in Miami? We'll come back to Miami. All right, think about this. Kobe, yes, Kobe had Shaq. All right. Jordan had Scottie Pippen. He had Luke Longley. He had who else? Come on, dude. Dennis Rodman. Steve Kerr. Now, come on, bro. We talk about basketball. This is, I mean, oh man, I'm a big basketball fan, believe it or not. But growing up playing basketball my whole life, travel ball, all that good stuff. We all watch basketball. We know that it takes at least three ballers to dominate on the b-ball court in the NBA. Literally, it does. A big man, it takes a point guard or a two guard, or it takes a player that can play like LeBron. He can play power forward, he can play small, and he can bring the ball up.
Yeah.
Look at Dallas, how Dallas used to be.
He could play center if he really
wanted to.
Yeah, he could have.
So yeah, that's true. Hey, I think Coach Billy's on, but all I see is a brick wall.
Oh, he over there in San Quentin. He in San Quentin.
Oh my!
Y'all hear me?
He breaking up. He breaking up.
But we can hear you, but Dwight said they probably shipped you off to San Quentin, man. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I'm trying this new laptop out, man. So I put the background in. It's like it's not showing my picture. I don't know what the problem is.
Hey, man, you know the good thing is this is a great joke. But look, fans, viewers, we have our other co-host, Billy Battle. Billy the Kid is on the air. I guess he is in San Quentin. He's showing his room
They
set.
got me locked up. They won't let me out.
Hey, ain't that Rick Wild Snoop album? Gin and Juice.
I knew I seen that brick wall from somewhere. I'm like, Snoop had an album and with that background. Hey, but no,
You got to the photo shoot late.
man. Hey, they already washed the wall off.
They done got rid of the graffiti.
For real. Coach Billy, how you doing, man?
Hey, little bro.
Yo.
You I heard you was talking about Miami, man.
Yes.
Oh, check this out. There's this young man I got a chance to see in high school. He played for Indian River High School in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Oh.
They played against Green Run for the city title when I was stationed out there in the Navy.
Ooh.
He ended up going to Georgetown. Was it Georgetown? And ended up playing for the Heat in the middle, number 33, Lonzo.
Oh, his name?
Oh,
talking about Zoe, my brother?
That boy was.
Okay.
Are you talking about Zoe?
You talking about Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo,
Okay.
baby.
Man.
I can think of him.
That 33 was dangerous.
Dude. Like you saying, him and Dwayne, you know, when he got down there, especially when Riley came down there and took over.
Yep.
Man, come on, man. That's like Phil.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I like how you said that, Coach Billy. I don't want to interrupt, but I like how you said the coaching. You know, Coach Riley is like, I guess if you went to what is it, Temu? If you went to let's see, Sears compared to Kmart, so you get Phil Jackson, right? With Phil Jackson, he can back up his coaching, and then you'll get Coach Riley, which is more like the second tier of Phil Jackson. So no matter where those two will touch, they always have winning squads, man. I don't know if it's their philosophies, but I think they are players, coaches. I don't know, fellas, what y'all think?
Yeah. You got to have that player-coach relationship, man. If you don't bring that, the players won't respect them.
Come on, man.
You got to have a resume behind you. You got to show the winning percentage better than the losing percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And you might have to talk a little it to them.
Yeah.
Like I do every day.
Yeah.
Don't miss a day of talking it to nobody. I ain't scared of it. I ain't taking it back.
Well, Welch has something. I know Welch is trying to get it out.
Well, here's the thing. You think about players, coaches that are able to have good teams are because the players are motivated to be there. And hey, all four teams in the conference finals are motivated to be there. And plus, a lot of these teams have not been in this limelight for the last couple of years. And look at the Knicks.
Yeah.
Look at the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks are there, and hey, it's player motivated. You have coaches that want to be there, and the players want to be there as well. That's big, and it's important for the greater good. And if you're able to do that at the end of the day, you're probably going to be hoisting a trophy. And it's because good players and good coaches working together.
That's true.
Really.
I thought it was Nintendo. I thought it was Super Mario brother popping out the little tunnel right there for a minute.
I figured it out. It was still set to my phone.
Miss Pac-Man gonna come across the screen in a minute.
There we go.
Y'all stupid, man. Hey, for real though. No, seriously. This is funny. I was thinking this morning, I was in my office, all right. Big shout out to, San Gabriel Unified School District today. We celebrated 100 years at one of our local elementary schools. 100 years.
Wow.
So I was sitting there, I was sitting in my office, and I have a little TV in there. I can watch like different things on the wall, whatever. And then on ESPN, they have the Knicks. And I have to look and double take. And this is going to be so funny. And in my mind, I was like, Coming to America, the last time I see the Knicks was even popping was when Coming to America was on back in the day in the 80s. Like, nobody really was talking about the Knicks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, who talked about the Knicks? Even when they had Patrick Ewing, I mean, they were getting their butts whooped by Jordan back in the day. So,
and Detroit.
And Detroit. So it is important, like y'all said, it's the coaching. Because it's even worse nowadays to coach these younger cats because the egos are so big that you can't teach these kids nothing because they think they know everything. Right. All levels. Right.
You know better than I do.
It's crazy. All levels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if they don't get it in check, we won't have no more sports. Who gonna want to coach a-holes?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, what was you gonna say?
They're gonna be so stuck on, I'm a millionaire already on NIA. Okay.
You know what? We'll talk about that when we come back after commercial in about 5 minutes. I'm glad you made that point. We'll talk more on that too. But what were we going to bring up?
Well, here's the thing. We were talking about the Knicks. And when I was growing up, the Knicks were Carmelo Anthony's team. And that was some trying times in the Garden. I mean, because Carmelo Anthony, great player and all, and the Knicks were the Knicks. But it's refreshing to see this Knicks squad be able to make some noise in the Eastern Conference. And, hey, if they win, if they beat the Pacers, and if they go to the finals, you know how crazy New York and the whole entire United States would go?
Like
hey, D. Harv, hey, hold up there, D. Harv, hold up there. But, hey, just think about this. Hey, the Pacers are pretty good. I'm not going to lie. But if the Knicks are able to topple them and be able to go in the finals, watch out. A team of momentum can get the job done. What do you say, D. Harv, as you make the choking motion earlier?
If it had a toilet to in it, then it might be something.
Hey, look.
Indy still pulled it off a couple more inches. That would have been a 3, not a 2, to tie it up. So,
and that comes with discipline. That comes with discipline and awareness and awareness.
It was about that much.
Exactly. The front rubber on his shoe.
and he got a 3-foot bounce.
And that, my friends, is what you call being a professional and being not a professional. And that's the fine line we talk about all the time on our show is when folks always say, oh, man, they could have or he could have or he used to be. No, bro, it's a big difference. Inches in every sport are very important, and especially the game of football and basketball and bowling and baseball. You can go on tennis,
Yeah.
And funny you bring that up because that one incident with the referee in the NFL with the credit card or piece of paper, whatever he had in his hand, he slid it down between the ball and the yard marker, and it went all the way through, and he gave it a first down.
Yeah, that's insane. He should be banned.
And how about Josh Allen? How about that?
Oh,
play how about that play in the divisional round? If that doesn't happen, what happens?
The Bills probably will be in a Super Bowl. Like literally, I mean, I didn't see anybody right then and there messing with them in that high street. So wow, that's amazing. I know we're gonna have a great we're going to have a great guest come on in about 4 minutes. We have Damon Marrero, and this young man, I'm going to say young man, he's way older than me, but this young man is very awesome. He has a unique story. I can't wait to hear him out, and he's a great friend of Coach Curtis, and Coach Curtis invited him, and I can't wait to just hear his story. But he has a great mission behind him, and I think his mission needs to be heard. And we'll go from there. But on this whole basketball talk, I love it because people think we're all about football. Man, we talk. If it was badminton, we're gonna be talking stuff, and we're gonna be talking about badminton. You know what I mean? Speaking of badminton, let's refocus and come back after Damon. There's something I'm going to bring up. We talk about the NFL releasing NFL players to now play flag football. How do y'all feel about that? Do you feel that it's going to be a whole money thing and it's going to turn into a big problem, or do you think this is something great for America's sports and also for the NFL? What do y'all think?
I think it's great.
Hey,
I like it. Go ahead, B.
I like it. And hey, you bring up a good point there, D. Harv, because we've not had flag football in the Olympics. And flag football is starting to become a popular sport in the United States. If you have somebody like a Tyreek Hill or a Patrick Mahomes on that team, it's not only going to sell cereal boxes, but you're going to have people watching it because usually these players are going to be in training camp. But I like what the NFL is doing here because they're able to allow the players to go out, kind of similar to what the NHL does with their players when they send them out to the Olympics to play in the Winter Olympics. And the only thing is that it would be like they have to probably have to send a liability clause. If they get injured during the flag football tournament, they have to pay whatever they have, the amount they have to give back. But that's enough down the road in 2028. But overall, I like what they're doing. And Coach Billy, I know you being a flag football coach, you're probably elated about that decision today.
Man, I think it's pretty good because since they've incorporated 7-on-7 at the high school level, that's one way we can have our skill positions, get out there and work together, especially on the offensive side, not just the defense, but on the offensive side. They can get their timing down, and that way, when the regular season comes around, now we in gear. They already know how to run their routes, what type of defenses they're going to be facing, how to break up their routes or extend their routes, and everything else. Quarterback knows his reads, and it makes it for a smoother, season. And for the last, I say 3, 4, 5 years, it's been working good for us. I mean, 2 out of 3 state championships in the last 3 years. So,
that's what's up.
Yeah, I think it goes both ways. I'm gonna explain to y'all why. I think it'll be a great promotional tool for United States to use NFL players, but I do think it will knock a lot of these young men and young women, or just young men who know they can't go to the NFL, but they are good enough to play flag football and be able to represent our country. I do feel like it can be monopolized through the NFL, the UFL, or Canadian Football League. I do feel like there should be a clause and whoever mentioned that, but there should be a clause where it only allows free agent players and practice squad players in the NFL to participate, not contracted players.
That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all.
Or just single it out and go back to just collegiate.
Yeah, that too.
Good. Come on.
I like that too. It'll bring a lot of exposure to those colleges.
Or do half and half.
Yeah. That too.
You could.
5 collegiate.
That's true. Well, I remember back in the day, literally, I was 5, 6 years old, man, and watching NBA versus NFL basketball games, NFL fastest players versus Olympic sprinters. Remember all those things back in, they don't even have those things.
Superstars.
Yeah, you remember that? Basketball dunk contest with
Rod Woodson.
Yes.
Out there, guys, fully golf.
Yes.
Come on, man.
All that was on Wide World of Sports. They don't even have it.
There it is. They don't have it.
Superstars. Yes,
but
The races
But
were, oh my man.
I already know. But I'm saying, look, somebody's going to monopolize, if it ain't us, but somebody is going to monopolize the way 7-on-7 is structured from a professional aspect. The reason why I'm saying this is because there are too many young men and young women out there that they just won't make it. Like, but this will be able to be a heartfelt like accomplishment. I give credit to all of our military, all of all of the people, the men and women in the police forces. Like, my heart is to you because I'm a military brat. I'm a military kid. That's how I grew up. But at the end of the day, you have to appreciate our Olympians because what they do for a whole year, they're training for at least 5 minutes or less of one or two events, and they represent our country. That's huge. So it has to be some type of, like you were saying, fine line where these young ladies and young men are being, put up to, a standard as well. I just feel like I love the NFL, but sometimes you just got to stay out of it sometimes because now, come on, who's going to turn down an NFL player and to come join the 7-on-7 squad for the United States? Nobody.
No, nobody's gonna do that. Now, I could see two people that would be nice to run the USA team. One of them has a youth squad who's a former NFL player, and the other one has a professional squad, which is a former NFL player. Cam Newton, who has his squad, and Michael Vick. If the two of them come together, because they deal with the flag football right now.
Yeah, they do.
At two different levels. If they come together, they could run that and be successful.
Yeah.
They could really do that.
I mean, I can even see now the Carr brothers doing that too. Because they do circuits. They've been doing circuits since, I don't know, I can remember. I've been on a couple of their circuits. I mean, there's a lot of potential in this realm of sport, especially with the females. You can have drafts. You can have, I mean, come on. Each city can have a team, the lower teams, right? We're talking about the old country, what is it called? The old country routes. You don't have to have major cities. You can have Mobile, Alabama, whatever, Indians or whoever it is, you know what I mean? You can have San Diego, whatever. And these are the teams that will be able to open up, for the United States. You have a tryout, leave the NFL players making that big money and let these young kids, man, make that money and represent our country.
You just gave me an idea, though, as far as the women's side, because they had the WNFC, which is the women's league.
Yeah.
And if they actually branched out and created a flag league during the off season, which would be during fall football, because they're playing now. Playoffs is starting for them now.
Right.
So if they actually did their flag in the fall, having extensions of their teams, put their teams together and do that, that could be more training for them and more exposure to where somebody could maybe pick that up, Dwayne The Rock, maybe pick that up and establish a real professional flag league for the women.
Yep.
Now, didn't I see a commercial on ESPN about a WNFL? Anybody else see that commercial? A WNFL, women NFL football.
I think you was dreaming before the show. I think you had a.
I could have. It might have been one of them during commercials.
You know what? I don't think it was. I think it was talking about. There's a women's football league though. There is the tackle league. I think that's what you might have seen.
Yeah. Okay.
They're nationwide.
Okay.
Yeah.
They play their championship games down in Dallas every year.
Right. I think that's what he might have seen.
They finna put them on TV or something. Put them on ESPN. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me change this back to basketball. Women's basketball. What y'all think about Angel Reese going at Caitlin Clark?
Well, we're gonna have to let's hold that conversation because we gotta actually go to a commercial, bring in Damon, and then we can ask him those questions too, because that's gonna be a hot topic. Oh man, I can't wait. I'm glad you brought that up. We'll be back right after this commercial.
All right.
This is Heritage. Take a quick minute and register yourself for free to be ranked as a Diamond member. Click link below.
Okay, we back. We back. We're going to bring in our guest for tonight. Hopefully his camera is on. Don't worry, brother. Hey, you coming on this show, man? You probably gonna be able to look better than at least D Harv our battle.
Man,
You
you
know,
see how
me and
handsome
Welch is
I
the
am?
youngest.
Hey,
Hey,
You
look,
see how
see,
handsome
I
I
had to say
am?
it, Coach Billy. I had to say it, bro. He got a haircut, so that's why I had to bring that up.
no, no,
You know what I'm saying? But hey,
You
we're gonna
don't
bring in
see
our
that
guest.
definition?
I see it. I see a lot of gray around it.
Okay, but Barber showed out today. He
Yeah,
showed
he
that.
did. Who is your brother? You gonna give him a shout out?
Shout out to Pop at Afro City, Cocoa, Florida.
All
Yeah.
right. All right now. All right. We are going to bring in our first and only guest tonight, Mr. Damon Marrero. How you
Hey,
doing, Damon? Are you there?
hey,
You here? You here?
yeah, I'm here. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on. Hey, look, I gotta say, like, for the first time I'm being on here, I can't turn the camera on because I'm not in the right place right now. I was turning
Oh.
turn the camera on.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
he at the strip club.
No, so I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there and say, I'm sorry, but hopefully next time I can come on again. I'll have the camera on, man.
Oh man, we not worried, brother.
Hey, thank you guys so much for having me. I was just listening to you guys, man. You guys are phenomenal, man. I love it already. So again, thank you for having me on.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you,
sir.
thank
Recording
you.
now.
Hey, so I mean, we like I said, we're brothers. We on here, man. We have a lot of fun. We've probably talked to more guests than probably some of your local stations and can even get on the show. This
Nice,
is our 37th episode.
nice. That's beautiful. Very
We,
nice.
so
Congratulations.
we've been going. Thank you. We've been going hard, man, and we like to hear from people like you, folks like you, brothers like you, who is actually doing great things out in the world in the community. But we want to know who you are. We want people to know who you are. So tell them a little bit about what you do, and then we'll go from there.
All right, sounds good. Again, well, I got to start by saying again, thank you for having me on. My name is Damon Marrero. I live here in North County, San Diego. I'm actually in Vista. Myself and Coach Curtis, we've known each other since our boys played flag football. You guys were just talking about, right? And I'm a father of two boys. I have a 14-year-old and a 20-year-old now. My 20-year-old is a type 1 diabetic. He was diagnosed when he was 8 years old. And in 2023, we started a foundation for him called One Type Inc. that supports, not just children, but adults with type 1 diabetes. And, my son had, when he was diagnosed, it was a very challenging experience for us. Like myself and his mom, we knew nothing about it, right? We didn't know if it was a death sentence, right? Or what it was going to be about. And that's something, just thinking back on it, that I would never want to have someone experience being in the unknown, right? We don't like to be in the unknown about anything. But when it comes to whether it's type 1 diabetes, cancer, autism, whatever that is, like being in the unknown about that is really, really scary. So that led us to, not just myself, my son's mom, my son, to want to do something about that, right? So we started my son's foundation in, again, 2023. It's been 2 years now. I told you guys my son is 20 years old. So a lot of people will say, look, what took you so long to start it? So the reason being is that we wanted to wait, right, till my son was old enough to tell his story about the challenges that he faced, the challenges that we faced as parents through that time of it being 12 years now, right? So that's kind of, in a nutshell about me. I don't know, gentlemen, who has kids or not, but like we would go to the end of the earth for our kids, right? And I remember when my son was diagnosed with type 1, and we were leaving the doctor's office where he was tested at, and his number was really high. My son looking over at me saying, "Dad, why does this have to happen to me?" And that was like something that broke me down, you know, to the smallest the smallest little thing ever. You know, it just imagine that, you know, having something like that happen and your child being in that situation, and you can't do anything to help them, right? And you know, just not to be so. And I hope I'm making sense, but when I talk about it, it gets me a little emotional still, like 12 years later. But I want just people to know that when it's an autoimmune disease like type 1, and people again are in the unknown and don't know about it, you need a support. Everybody needs a support system. You know, whether it's, again, going back, whether it's cancer, autism, or mental health, right? You need a support system. So that's what one type does. You know, we provide the support system, the education, you know, the help for the now. I also let you guys know that when my son was diagnosed, I did a lot of volunteering with, at the time it's JDRF, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. They're now called Breakthrough T1D. So I did a lot of volunteer work with them in the beginning. I eventually became a development manager for JDRF. And that's also what led me to want to start One Type with my son and his foundation, because JDRF and a lot of other type 1 diabetes organizations, they are raising funds for research for a cure, which all type 1 diabetics, you know, and all families, we pray for a cure, right? But we don't know when that cure is going to happen. It's been a lot of years. We don't know when it's going to happen. There are people that need help in the now. So that's what my son's organization does. We help people in the now. We help with supplies for low-income families that can't afford it. And these supplies that they need are not optional. They need them to live. So that's what we do.
Wow, that's a lot, man. Again, like when Coach Curtis told me about you and everything, like I kind of teared up because having twins, we had twins at 26 weeks. So, you know, not knowing if they were going to live or not, I can imagine what you had to go through with your son for that long of period. Like having to see that and having him look over at you and, you know, do all that type of stuff. So I completely understand from that point of view, but I don't understand how you endure so much, you know, and be able to still tell the story and have your son tell the story. I think it's huge. And, you know, how it all relates back to sports. You're bringing it and making it make sense. Like, that's what a lot of people seem to forget, how sports relates to so many different things and being healthy. But, I mean, I'm just, that's a great story. I don't know, fellas, this needs to be heard, man. Like literally.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you guys another thing, you know, you guys are all coaches and, you know, talking about football. So I would suggest that if you guys have a chance to kind of look up or research NFL athletes that have type 1 diabetes. There are quite a few NFL athletes that have type 1 diabetes that you would never know.
Right.
Mark Andrews is a type 1 diabetic for the Ravens.
Wow.
Yeah. I think Jay Cutler is a type 1 diabetic also. There are also a lot of celebrities that have type 1. And yeah, you know, it's a like, I'm not gonna say just a passion. Like my thing now is like leaving a legacy for my son. I want him to know that I did everything in my power to help him help others in his position and situation, right? Because type 1 is something that, you know, it's something that you can't reverse. Like there's a difference between type 1 and type 2. Type 2 is more of like diet, right?
Yeah.
Changing your diet up. Type 1, you're insulin dependent. So, you know, you're like that's it. Like you're type 1 and you're insulin dependent, and you have it until they come with the cure.
So thank you for clearing that for all the folks who don't understand the differences as well. Because even me, I've just learned, you know, like I knew that, you know, being a diabetic, there were different stages, but I thought type 1 was literally the type where you can literally work out and change the way you eat. but
Yeah.
you just opened my eyes. Like,
Yeah.
wow,
That's type
that's
2. Yes. Yeah.
okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So like for my son, like for type 1, they either do multiple daily injections where they have to test their blood glucose all with the finger pricks that you guys in question of,
Mm-hmm.
or they have like now, thank God with technology, they have insulin pumps. Like my son has an insulin pump. They have something also called a continuous glucose monitor that will monitor their
Wow.
blood glucose levels. So technology has come a long way, right? But still, it's really, really difficult. And for type 1, adults or children to manage that it's a lot. They have to make a lot of decisions on a daily basis to stay alive.
Wow.
Well, I definitely want to hear from my brothers. If they have any questions or any feedback. But we want to go to a quick commercial and come back, and then we're going to ask you some more questions. I mean, we got to have shows like these. I know we have a good time most of the time, but when we have a lot of athletes that watch us and they really look at our show, these are the type of things that really helps them, navigate, around. So we're going to come right back to Straight Up on Game. We're going to talk more with Damian Marrero after this commercial.
There's too many guys here that should have been recruited and weren't. I want every one of you to get a chance to go to college and get a chance to play the great game of college football.
We'll have 50-plus colleges from all over the country that want to get good football players, and that's where you come in.
They're coming out and they're looking for talent. Today is about showing up and showing out. Today is about opportunity for you guys. Use that second chance to your best of your ability.
This is your chance to sell yourself so you never look back and say, I never had a shot.
We really look for who wants to compete, who's going with high effort, who's competitive.
The opportunity was there, so, took full advantage of it, and we're so grateful that we got to come out here and compete.
1 in 3 of you will get a scholarship, and that scholarship could very well change your life. You're showing these coaches you mean business. Go in, sell yourself, tell them why they should sign you to go play football at their fine university.
We are back, y'all. That was just from our showcase, California showcase. Great camp that a lot of the athletes in Southern California goes to. If you do want to donate, we are part of a nonprofit organization now. So we'd like to just give back. We're going to try to do some turkey runs, different things, with our group. We have a golf tournament come up. We're going to be live. But there's some great stuff that we have coming up with Straight Up on Game. We just like having a lot of fun. But if you want to promote your high school, you want to promote whatever business you have, we ain't charging. Just hit me up, hit D Harv up, hit Welch up, hit Coach Billy up. We'll put your commercial on. It's nothing for us. It's not about that. It's just about us just putting folks out and just having a good time. But yeah, we have our guest here, fellas. If we have any questions, let's open the floor up, to Mr. Damon. He's very knowledgeable. And don't worry, we'll get him laughing in a minute though, because we got some sports questions we want to ask.
All right.
All right, Damon. Hey, this is Bryan Welch. Hey, I have a couple of friends of mine that actually they are battling type 1 right now, so I know what they're going through. Well, what do you want to see? Like, what some of the events the charities, what is going on with your charity right now? You guys doing any events this summer? What's going on with that?
Great question. So we were working on our first annual golf tournament. It was called One Swing, One Swing. Well, One Swing, One Cure is what it was called. But we just didn't have enough people that were kind of registering for the tournament, so we had to kind of push it back. But we were gonna have our first golf tournament. So kind of with that being said, again, I said great question. And hearing Coach Wright, I would love to try to get involved with your golf tournament if possible.
That's why I said it. I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
Come on now, Damon. That's why I said it. I want your voice to be heard, brother. You need to be heard.
That would be awesome. And one of the things that I love that you mentioned about, like, people coming on to promote, things, I would always say this to Coach Curtis. I'm like, once, everybody understands, like, everything that we're all doing, like, it's for the community, it's for the development of our, whether it's kids or, just our people in general, right? And my philosophy has always been, let's collaborate, not compete with each other, right?
Right.
And
That part.
listening to you guys, I love what you got going on. But yeah, so back to the events, like we wanted to do the golf tournament, but it just kind of didn't work out because not enough people registering. We do lunch and learn sometimes, where we do like a Zoom and we get people that come on, right? We're a nonprofit and 501c3 too, so we try to get them to come on, maybe give a little, whether it's $1 or anything, kind of just to help out, and then we kind of go through different things about type 1 and to get people a better understanding, to have that sense of community and support. When you have a sense of community, when you're going through something like this, it helps so much instead of having to go through this by yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know probably a lot of us, we talk about just the physicality about a lot of our folks, right? We're all different ways in life of walk, right? Lifestyles. We have different people, different blood, different everything. But one thing I know a lot of our coaches have in common is the way we eat, the way we don't, the way we have a lack of exercise. And we're talking about after, like we're talking about type 2 now, right? Like just having a lifestyle to where we can still have fun, still eat the foods we want, but at the same time, make sure we take care of our body. And I know that's something that I challenge myself with. Lately I've been really being aware of like my weight and like my appearance and like, how do I want my kids to live? I don't want to be gone. I want to be here, to be able to give my kids a future. So
Absolutely.
are these some of the things that you on your Zoom meetings, these are some of the things that you teach, some of the corporates that are on those meetings?
Yes, absolutely. So we talk a lot about, even though, our focus is type 1, it's all, blank is type 1 diabetes in general. And
Okay.
diet is just as important for a type 1 diabetic that it is for a type 2 diabetic. Diet and activity, right? So with both type 1 and type 2 diabetics, they have to count their carbs, right? For type 1 diabetics is more important because the carbs, the more carbs they intake, the more their glucose and their numbers go up, right? And that's not good for them. Like with type 2 diabetics, the more carbs they take in, that it's the more that, the more the weight they're putting on, right? And things like that cause them to continue to stay in the type 2 diabetes kind of realm. So diet is super, super important. Now going back to my son, and like, when he was diagnosed, one of the main things, and this is what got me more into like the coaching and the training and stuff that I do now, is that we had to keep my son active, right? Because him being active, it balances his glucose levels out. So we had him in all kind of stuff, and that's what I promote to a lot of type 1 diabetics that I come across now. Is like, activity is super, super important for you. You gotta get out there, even if you're just kind of walking for like 30 minutes a day. But would you guys understand that? And I'll tell you a story. So Coach Wright, I'm over at Redline Athletics now in San Marcos, and I've only been there for a short period of time, like a month now. And I was wondering, I was like, well, I'm kind of crossing paths with all these kids now. I was wondering, like, when was I going to cross paths with a type 1 diabetic? So it was maybe like 2 or 3 days ago. We're doing our strength period, and I'm walking around, and talking to the kids, and I noticed one of the kids had. Remember, I mentioned a little earlier, it's called a continuous glucose monitor. And I saw it on the back of his arm. Anyone else probably wouldn't have noticed that and known what it was. So I saw it, and I didn't like call the kid out and say, hey, I know, what's going on. At the end, when we were, cooling down and the kids were getting ready to go, I went over to him and I said, hey, I noticed something. And I said, you have a CGM on the back of your arm. I said, my son is a type 1 diabetic. I said, he was diagnosed when he was 8. The kid said, yeah, I was diagnosed when I was 4.
Wow.
So that's my point. We have kids that are diagnosed that young.
Wow.
And just imagine going through something where they have to get poked with needles that young. They're diagnosed as young as 1 and 2 years old.
Yeah. Well, man, you really got a heart of steel, man, because you gotta have a soft heart, and you also gotta be able to deflect all these different questions and holding your own feelings. And I mean, it's a lot, man. We appreciate you for being on the show. You're not getting off yet because we got some questions to ask you because we talk about sports. There's always one question that I'm always going to ask our new guests. All right, and then we always take off from there. Now, are you from California originally?
No, I'm actually from Indiana.
All right. So DR may have someone close to him.
Hoosier.
Hoosierville.
Yeah.
All right.
Hoosier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk basketball then. We're going to ask basketball. So there's 3 states. You have Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
You have California.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Who produces the best basketball players?
Oh, that's a good one. I think they all do,
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think they all do. So I think another state that has to be added is New York. New York has some ballers too.
New York and Jersey.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I'm from Indianapolis. So I grew up playing my ball in Indianapolis, right? And I saw things that during that time a lot of years ago. I was like, man. Like it was just a whole different. Oh man, I don't even know how to explain it. But the kids nowadays, they're a different breed.
Yeah, they are.
Breed.
Yes, sir.
Thinking back, man. Like I know, like Indiana is a solid basketball state. Hold on, we got to go back to where they call Black Jesus is from too. They got ballers out there in North Carolina.
Yeah, they do.
Man,
yes, they do. Yeah, I think this is a hard quick because look, we got Maryland. We got Baltimore. We got, I don't know about Texas, though. Texas ain't really a basketball.
Now, they're more football, yeah. Texas got, Kevin Durant came out of Texas.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's a hard question.
See, that's what we like to hear. That's a very hard one. But let me let me give you an easier one now so we can go ahead and open up the can of worms.
Here we go.
You have California.
Mm-hmm.
You have Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the best football players?
Oh man, come on, man. Oh,
look at D Harv.
Oh man,
that's a hard one, huh?
You know what? That's a hard one because I think there's some dogs that come out of both. You know what I mean? But I'm biased. I'm a California guy. I'm from Indiana, but I've been here for a long time, and I've seen some real dogs come out of California, man. Just
come on, man.
Some dogs, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. D Harv, I think D Harv disagree. But hey, fellas, let's ask them. Okay, who is your favorite NBA team?
Oh man, see, all right. So when I moved from Indiana, the first place I moved to was the City of Champions. You know what the City of Champions are, right?
Los Angeles.
No, it's Inglewood, City of Champions.
Inglewood,
Inglewood, the City of Champions, man. The Lakers, Magic and Coop.
I know, that's
what
them.
Yeah,
no time here, baby.
Yeah, so the Lakers are always going to be my first squad, but I'm a big MJ fan.
Yes, sir. Billy got a hat for he pulled out a hat for everything. Hey, that's what's up, man. Because like it's so funny how we grew up in different places. Like I was a Chicago Bulls fan my whole life, only because of Jordan. When Jordan retired, I immediately went back home to the Lakers. Like immediately, I became a Lakers fan when they was sorry. When Nick Van Exel was scoring heck of points and we still couldn't win no game.
Yeah.
That's when I was a Lakers fan.
Oh, yeah.
Still sorry.
Yeah, that's true. We're talking about Orlando Magic fan.
Tragic.
There's not much coming from Orlando.
We young.
Yeah,
We coming along.
So, David, how can folks get in touch with you? Like, do you have an IG? Do you have, a website? Do you have anything that folks can contact you and actually like donate or follow?
Yeah, actually, we do, and thank you for asking. So
What you doing?
if you go to onetypeinc.org, and it's one is spelled out, so it's ONETYPEINC.org. You can check out our website, and it has a lot of information, a lot of good information there. You can also like donate there, and again, so when it comes to like the donations and things like that, the way that I am is like I don't put or want to put pressure on anybody to donate to our cause or whatever. I love our mission, and I feel that once you go to our website and you check it out and you see kind of the work that we're doing, it will make people that understand like what type 1 diabetes is about, or diabetes in general, and if they want to support, we would love to have that help, because it allows us to do more in the community, in the type 1 diabetes community. So again, onetypeinc.org, check us out. You can always, once you go to our website, send me an email if you have any other questions. Like, one of the main things that, I do is I'm again out in the community. I'm trying to make connections with different community partners to see how I can continue to support the type 1 diabetes community.
Yes, sir. Well, we definitely, there it is.
There it
One
is.
type,
Oh,
Yes, there it
supporting
is.
type 1.
got you.
We are
Right.
definitely going to follow you and do whatever we can to support. We're definitely going to talk about that golf tournament and keep doing great things. And we want to invite you back. I mean, we have our 40th. That should be a big one. I mean, that's 40 episodes. We've been grinding. That's like, it don't even feel like it. We're almost on a year. We've been doing this for a year.
Congratulations.
And,
That was phenomenal.
and we want you to come back, brother. So hopefully the invitation is the same.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it, guys. I love what you got going on. Like I said, I truly, truly appreciate this. And usually, like Coach Wright, you said, I'm older, man, so I'm usually asleep by this time. But I had to stay up to get stay up to
Tell
get
me
on
about
with you
it.
guys, man.
Yeah, that's that East Coast right there.
And we appreciate it, man. Hey, get your man rest on, man, when we talk to you on the next show.
All right, sounds good. Hey,
All
have a
right,
good
brother.
night, guys. Thank you
Have a
again.
good one. All right.
Appreciate
Peace
you,
out.
Damon. Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
All right. We are back, fellas. Hey, what a story, man.
What a man.
Great
Yeah, very,
conversation.
very
It
touching.
like brought me to like attention. Like, hey, what are you doing? Like, hey,
Right.
watch what you're eating. Tell these, and then it's funny because I love to eat, and lately I haven't really wanted to eat a lot or anything. It's just, if you stay busy and stay focused, you ain't gonna eat a lot anyway. I think that's what it is. If the more you do, the better it is. And some people just got better or not hormones, but what is it called? Better,
Metabolism.
better metabolisms. So you just gotta work harder.
And like
Changing
you
the
said,
pace.
yeah, it's not necessarily how much you eat; it's actually what you eat.
There it is.
It's what you
Bing
eat.
dong.
Drink
Ding
a glass of
dong.
water.
A half a burrito
Drink a
or a
glass
half a
of water
salad.
first.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Drink a glass of
What's
water.
up?
You'll feel full.
Yeah.
Or a tuna sandwich.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm on this nice protein.
Shout out to Louis the Fool. Yeah.
Oh,
Go
there it is.
Dogs. I see you.
Louis the Fool. Hey, Louis the Fool. That's one of our favorites, ain't it? Louis the Fool. What's up, man? Hey, if it ain't him, it's Joe. It's Joe Boy Perez. If it ain't Joe Boy Perez, what's our other favorite? Joe Boy. We have him, Louis the Fool, Joey Perez. And there's one more, fellas. You know what I'm talking about. I can't even think of the name.
I got you. Hold up. I got you.
Yes. You're going to find.
Let's see.
We got three.
Making the walk.
Yeah, making the walk. There it is. Hey. Yes. Hey, Louis the Fool, man. What's up? Tell us. tell us a little something, man. How you feeling? How's it going over in Dogland? We're gonna talk a little bit about that, but we gotta talk about that women basketball though before we get to. We want to end the show on some Bulldog news, but we gotta talk about the WNBA. It's a must hot topic going on right now.
Got it. I mean, week one. It's already fireworks.
They gotta sell somewhere. They gotta sell some tickets.
Yeah. But you see the playback on the Angel Reese Caitlin Clark thing. Yep. Angel Reese shoved the Fever player from the back, and Caitlin stood there and was like, "Where's the foul call?" So when Angel got that rebound, it was a common foul. It shouldn't have been flagrant because she just reached in and went down on her arm. It wasn't no ill intention to hurt her, but then Angel flopped after the contact. So she played it pretty good. And I like Angel Reese. Cute girl, all that stuff. But, as far as basketball, you got to play fair as fair. And when you do some crazy stuff, people going to come back and do crazy stuff back to you.
It's true. So, sports nowadays is all about show, is all about the limelight, is all about who's hot, who's not. Yeah. I feel that was a political call. I feel that with the whole background of Angel Reese and Caitlin, I felt that regardless if it was Caitlin or Angel, it either would have got a flagrant, whoever, because of the history. So the ref need to take the politics out. Well, you're a ref, D. Harv, take the politics and self-inflicted wounds you have for either or. You can't take it personal when you ref. You got to take that out. So I think that's where that came from. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. But since my last name is Wright, I'm probably right. But I like I'll just put it. But anyway, I'm just saying. Don't try to use that later, y'all. Don't try to use that later.
Good thing your last name ain't wrong.
Ooh, that'll be bad. That'll be bad. That'll be bad.
Mary J. Blige will be calling you Mr. Wrong.
I know, and I'll be suing too. Touch me and I'll sue. Nah, let's mess around. That's that Rocky movie. But anyway, politics, fellas, what y'all think? Politics, or is it a call that you feel was in the rights of the game?
Well, I mean, that was not a flagrant. I'm sorry. D. Harv was right about that. That was not a flagrant. And sometimes you see the refs playing a big role in a game, kind of like you see it in baseball umpires. They want to make the game all about themselves. And that game, but with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, the refs wanted to be a part of that game. And think about this. You have two of the best players in the WNBA playing against each other on the same court, and the future is bright for the WNBA. And, of course, you want a little bit of conflict because these are two players that probably respect each other off the court, but they're two gladiators when they walk on the court. And of course you're going to have some bumping. Of course you're going to have a private elbow thrown. It's what they've been doing. They've been doing that since they were in college. So for me, it's like, hey, they're selling more jerseys. And people want to see the next go around between these two squads, which I believe if they're going to make some noise in the next meeting, everyone's going to have their eyeballs set on that game because, is Angel going to push? Are we going to have a part two? Right. It's going to be endless. And, hey, it works out for the WNBA, but sometimes you just want to see good basketball, and sometimes you don't want to have the ref be a big factor. I'm sorry, D. Harv, if you being a ref, but sometimes you have to let the players play.
Let them play. Right. Let them play.
Yeah.
But
just also, don't let it get chippy and out of hand.
Right. But also there are some situations where it may look like the ref is biased, but he could have been approached before the game from some higher ups.
Yep.
That have some influence to say, hey, this is probably going to be the number one watch game at this level with these two going at it. We need to keep that little whatever they had back in college going, because now you got the networks involved with ratings. You have social media involved with likes and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So We never know. That could have been a part two. I heard about it in the NFL from certain individuals.
Yeah, it happened.
Being approached before on game day, like, here you go. You know, it's like, wait a minute.
Yep.
Players, refs, you know, coaches.
Yeah, we're gonna sit this guy. We're gonna sit this lady or guy down for this weekend. We're not gonna record it, but we're gonna sit them down and play this so we can lose. All time, man. Look, it happens.
Yeah.
We're gonna play these people, and we're gonna sit these. Like, come on, man. Like, it's part of entertainment.
So
that's entry. Come on, wait a minute.
That's what happened on the day of Bryan catching Green Bay, then, huh? Okay, I get it now. I get it. That was the year we was going to win.
So you're saying, Coach Billy, that hey, so somebody goes into the Kansas City locker room or during a Kansas City Buffalo game and pushes the scales, so to speak, when the Bills and the Chiefs.
I really do truly. I believe
white stuff on that scale.
I've seen, yeah.
Getting Pete Carroll's here when he was at Seattle.
Man, look.
How you go through the ball three times and you got the best running back in the league?
Bro, let me tell you, y'all not understanding the game. There's so many games played. Bro, why would you like? I'll make an example.
He did the opposite.
I'll make an example. When the hell, I'm gonna say hell, have you seen a 5th round player have Gatorade commercials, have all this TV time? I got drafted first pick of the 4th round, 111. So I was still 3rd, but 4th, and I didn't have nobody give a damn, but nobody cared. But you're a 5th round. We're talking about Shador. You're a 5th rounder. Y'all not getting what I'm saying.
No, he's still getting treated like he got picked in the first.
So that's my point. Everything has a fix to it. Everything has a reason why it's happening, fellas. My personal opinion, I feel the Caitlin Clark and what's the other chick? Angel Reese. You look at Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. They was on their helmets every game, every practice, every NBA like that's what I see on a female version. That's what I see. Literally 2 similar positions. Think about it. 2 similar situations. They're just the woman version. Almost the same cities. Literally. Think about it.
Hey, that was the origination of the East Coast West Coast battle, baby.
Yes, it was.
Think about it. Boston, LA.
Boston, LA. That's what started it.
East Coast, West Coast.
So I don't know. I can say a lot more, and I think that's why our viewers love us, because we just chalk it up and we gonna speak what it is. I'm gonna put this to rest tonight because I know Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese probably are cool as hell when they walk off the basketball court.
Man,
they probably cool. And I guarantee I guarantee if it's both walking down the same hallway, so like, hey, what's good? How you doing? Oh, no. And then if nobody was around, then they'll be cool. I promise you. But when tabloids and teammates around, it changes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Babysitting each other's kids and everything else. Come on.
That's it. What's up, mama? Hello, Welch, is that your mama? Was that your mama?
Actually, it was my dad. It was my dad that walked by on there.
Oh, it's your dad?
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm at the kitchen table right now, so like we're.
Oh man! Tell your folks.
That's what's different. That's what's different.
But
no
more bunk beds and roommates making noise in the
back. But hey, think about this, guys. You bring up a good point. Seriously, look at this. You have Angel Reese and Clark. You bring up a good point. They're probably counting money on Monday because hey, I'm gonna throw elbows, but hey, cha-ching.
That's it.
Let's make some
money.
You know,
money. That's it.
Come on.
We can say whatever we want. We like half a penny compared to what they talking about. They ain't worried about what critics are saying. They're gonna keep this thing going until one of them get traded, which they will eventually.
Or one of them leave their team and sign a contract somewhere else.
Somewhere else. And that's where it'll change. Matter of fact, who y'all think will be? Who do you think will do it first? Do you think Angel will leave, or do you think Caitlin will leave first?
I think Angel will leave first.
Caitlin,
because she ain't winning no games. She the big ticket, and the other big center they got from South Carolina, she just trash. She stay hurt.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but yeah.
They deserve more time. They do deserve more TV time. I think their broadcasters are awesome. I was watching something. It was ex-WNBA broadcasters. They sounded really good when it came to talking about the game. Like they really was fundamental. But then I looked at the sponsor. It was like some off sponsor. I'm like, bro, that's probably why y'all struggling. You know, it was like. It was something weird, like frogs.com or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know what it was. I'm like, dude, y'all need to get in these big networks. Yeah. And be heard. And that's how you're going to sell tickets. Get to these, give away free high school basketball tickets to these girls' basketball teams. You know, fill it up.
Yeah. That'll work.
You know?
Yeah. I
don't know. Out there, you know, our show, we still got like 14 minutes left, y'all. Like, man, we rolling.
So we're gonna switch gears again.
What you trying to switch gears for? What gear you trying to No Dallas Cowboys.
Listen, Ryan Clark, RG3 controversy.
Man, I don't know if I can. Man, look, Ryan Clark, we were teammates in Pittsburgh, and I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm gonna keep it to myself. So y'all, I'll talk to the outside.
Coach Billy, what you think?
I'm thinking more on the NBA playoffs right now. I want to get back to that.
Go ahead, D-Hard, bring it. I mean,
Ryan Clark should have kept his mouth shut about that man's wife, though. He shouldn't have even brought that out like that, though. Yeah. That opened the door for some stuff to come out his closet, you know. So,
well,
this thing.
Sometimes you just need to shut your mouth if it ain't your business. I'll put it like that. It ain't none of your business.
Because when you open that can of worms, somebody else gonna come in digging and digging and digging. And then when they find out what you got going on, there it is out to the world.
Because it's the people that that really want to get you anyway. So,
right. So he better hope he ain't got none of them Diddy tapes.
I was gonna say that's what's happening right now with that situation. So it's best to just stay in your own lane and do. You right, stay in your own lane. Stay in my own lane. I ain't got no other lanes I want to be in but my own. Because I can get in it and get out of it if I want to.
My name is Billy, and I ain't in
it. Hey, I do have a question, y'all. They were saying there's going to be some expansion NBA teams. All right. We talk about the Seattle Supersonics. If they bring the Seattle Supersonics back, I think it will help that market. I think it will help the market. What do y'all think?
Yeah. I mean, Gary Payton to go back home to push that. That's what I think. Yeah. We need one in Orlando.
Well, think about this, gentlemen. Yeah, that is true. But hey, remember
wait.
Sacramento almost lost.
I'm sorry.
We need another one.
Hold on, Brian. Did you hear what he just said? Wait. What's wrong with the tragic?
Well,
that's what's wrong with them. They're tragic.
You said they need an expansion team. They already got a team. Oh,
we need a whole new one, man.
That's cold, D.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, LA got 2 teams, so but
y'all got about 10 of them. Why we can't have 2?
Hey, why not? That's
Hey,
true.
but
Hey,
they tried to bring us a baseball team, the Orlando Dreamers. So they got a proposal out there. So yeah. So
now if
yeah,
they
But
do
think
go
about
with
this.
another professional team, I think it should be a different sport.
yeah. I definitely
You
support
know what I'm saying?
baseball though.
Either baseball or football. So
Yeah. They talk about the Jaguars coming to Orlando. So keep an eye on that.
what?
Yeah, they talk about moving the Jaguars to
Must
Orlando.
still be Florida, but
Yeah. But man, shoot, that'll be right in the center, and you can come north, south, east, and west.
there you go.
Orlando, bam.
Right. Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So hey, I'm
Well,
pushing it.
Disney
Yeah, let
World,
me.
everything down there, Universal
Man,
Studios. So yeah.
right. And then they just opened Universal Epic.
See, they got
So
SeaWorld there too, don't they?
yeah, SeaWorld here.
Oh, so
Yeah,
man, y'all good. Y'all like Dago. Y'all like us.
yeah, man. Yeah. So they talk about a small market, but man, if you bring
Sometimes
the
the small,
Jaguars to Orlando, man, and a baseball team, I think it'll really support.
right, but sometimes those smaller markets do good with the marketing and with as far as people showing up. I mean,
Right,
look at Memphis.
right.
Look at Memphis with the Grizzlies.
yeah.
Look at OKC with the Thunder.
Yeah,
They are doing their thing with their teams.
yeah,
Some of these smaller cities.
yeah.
They love their teams there because they never had it. So now
Right,
that they there, it's like they fully support their team.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like when the Oilers end up going to
think about
Yeah.
yeah. Well, think
So,
about this. The Grizzlies play in the pyramid for the first couple of years of their existence
yeah,
in Memphis. They play at the pyramid. But hey,
Right.
for me, it's really cool to see what's going to happen with the expansion teams. But hey, Sacramento almost lost their team to Seattle before they even built
Yeah.
Golden One. Because like when they were still at the Sleep Tree Arena, and they the Kings were about to pull out until they had to build the stadium. But Seattle's the best place because you think about the retro merch you find in the NBA. What do you think about? You think about the old time Laker uniforms, the Celtics uniforms, and
Yeah.
the supersonic hats. And if you bring them back, and plus the Clippers play a preseason game there every year. So they test the market of the Pacific Northwest. And
Yeah.
if you want, hey, you put that team there, that's good. But also think about Las Vegas.
I was just about to say, B. Yep.
You gotta get an expansion to Vegas. Yeah. Gotta get in Vegas and Seattle, and you'll be fine.
I don't think I don't know. It's gonna be a weird thing to have a basketball team in Vegas though, because
Not necessarily.
they have the Aces, right? They have the Aces.
yeah.
Yes.
But
So what you gonna call them? The you got the Aces and what you gonna the
Las
Bullets?
Vegas Gamblers.
Yeah, you already know.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep. Las Vegas
NCAA
Gamblers.
tournament is played where on the West Coast?
Las Vegas.
Thomas and Mack, UNLV.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Man. Come on, man.
And if that market is starting to thrive, and like if the A's actually like fulfill what they're supposed to fulfill in Las Vegas at the Tropicana Center,
Woo, baby.
Las Vegas is gonna be wild. Like it's gonna be. It'll be hard to be a player there. It'll be
There's nothing but land out there.
nothing but land.
You know what I'm saying? So there's places to put facilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have enough land. They could take the blueprint from the Olympic Training Center down here, multiply that by maybe 3 to 5, and have football, baseball, and basketball all in one area.
All on the same probably block, huh?
You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like a city by itself just for the sports.
That's crazy.
Well,
yeah, that's
all that desert out there.
Well, think about this. The last time they put a stadium far out, it's now vacant. Airport Stadium used to be home of UNLV. That's East Vegas.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
Okay.
It's really holding up. the thing is, you have to be able to put the arenas and the stadiums on the strip because it helps out the
that's true.
hotels, helps out the casinos, and it's a one-stop shop. And also, you have to build the stadium in walking distance of these hotels, so people don't have to go drive their car. They can take a shuttle, or they can just use Poncho and Lefty to get themselves to the stadium, get themselves back, and gamble along the way, of course.
Right. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, they got enough money, man. They got enough money to do what they want. So I wouldn't even be surprised because I know they said that I seen them post the Supersonics and something else that Vegas, those two. So you know how it is. They're posting them. They're already saying like we're going to do it. We're just letting y'all know like it's a possibility, but we're already going to do it. Like So yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to go to them A's game. That's going to be in Tropicana Center though. I think that's going to be a beautiful. That's going to be a beautiful just stadium. It has to be. It might be indoors. Who knows? It's going to be too hot in Vegas or too. So
that's the thing. Yeah, you made a good point, Brian, as far as location. Look what the Padres end up doing when they put Petco Park downtown. They got the bridge coming from the Omni.
Coming from the walk right there.
Right there in the gas lamp. You got the Omni right there. You got a Marriott across the street by the convention center.
The trolley and the train
across the street. You got the Hard Rock where I was at, right down the street. Everything right there. So you're right. You're right.
That's crazy. I didn't think of it like that.
One stop.
Even the same thing with San Francisco, right? With the Giants, same thing, right? Like they're right on the water. You walk right out. They got the strip. You go right there.
That's what they ended up doing with the Warriors. Now look where they're at. They're right there. North.
Yep.
Right down the street from Pier.
Look at Santa Clara. Look at Santa Clara.
Santa Clara too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, all that. Yep.
Well, look at Tampa Bay. We can talk about Florida too. Tampa Bay, same thing with the Devil Rays. It's the same thing over there.
Man.
Everywhere you go,
trash. That stadium garbage.
It is, but look, they ain't after all these years, they ain't tore it down. They must be making some money.
They need a new one though.
Yeah, they do.
Think about it.
Giants just put a target, but
hey.
Yeah. Well, let's think. While we're on this, I have to bring it up. Texas Rangers. That's a different story though. I haven't been to their stadium, but I heard there's nothing out there. So
nothing but a stadium.
Huh?
Out in Arlington.
It's just a stadium.
Right off the interstate. It's right off the interstate, but it's out there.
Nothing over there.
Bro, that's like going out to Buffalo, homie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Buffalo. Yeah, that too.
I was out there to visit.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh my God.
But on the other side of that stadium is beautiful homes, Orchard Park. So that's the only reason.
Yeah.
Right off the water, man. That's some good times, man. My house was beautiful. It took us like 3 minutes. It took us some of us 3 minutes to get to the stadium. And when I got to New York, none of us lived in New York. We all lived in Jersey. So it took us 2 hours just to get to practice. It took us 2 hours. Unless you was that #1 draft pick, then you live right in a smacker. And then I moved to Manhattan. I was like, literally, I'll just get on a limo or just we didn't have no Ubers back then. Take what is it called? A yellow cab and hop right in that thing. Well, it was a black cab. It was a cab, but we hopped in a black cab. But
right.
Yeah. But it's all in all, man, I think a lot of stadiums are in big cities, to make that money. How do we even get there? Talking about Angel Reese and we talked about
all that.
Yeah, that lets you know that they need more. They need more. I think it's a great game. I love women's basketball, but for the WNBA to keep surviving, it has to be promoted better, because a lot of these girls, they still watch NBA. Believe it or not, they're watching NBA game before they watch a WNBA game, literally. So we got to promote it better and support these young ladies too,
Well, that is true because they even got that little 3-on-3 league that they televise now.
Big Three? You talking about with Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
No,
Ice
no,
Cube's
no,
doing it.
not the guys, the girls.
Oh, there's another one?
Oh.
They have a ladies' league that's on.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
Free league, yes.
But where can we watch it, though? Like,
I got a, what channel is it?
he gonna go to channel ZZHWB.
Something like that. It's on one of them little sports channels.
See, I man, look, bro, I need to sit down with Don King or something. And get some
You
Don
better
King.
hurry up because he on his way out.
Is Don King still alive, yo? Is he? I mean, the dude had the afro with the long afro.
Salt and pepper, yeah, man, just everywhere.
And then now it's faded to the side, man. It's fried, dyed, and
he got the Bart Simpson fro before.
Yeah, Doug had the Ucket hairdo.
Oh.
Just wake up.
Hey, we got like 2 minutes, man. Anything else y'all want to talk about for our folks? We got 2 minutes, man, and next show we gotta have fire show.
Go
ahead, Welch.
Hey, before we go, shout out to Fresno State's baseball team for taking down San Jose State as Fresno State moves on to the winners bracket of the Mountain West Conference baseball tournament in Mesa, Arizona. Great pitching performance by Jack Anker, the milkman from Tulare, California, able to go 8 innings strong. Very impressive performance. Fresno State takes on Nevada tomorrow at 3 p.m. Tune into that. That's going to be a very fun game to watch because Nevada is one of the best teams in the conference, led by freshman phenom Shani Yamaguchi. Watch out for that game. It's going to be a lot of fun. And also, happy college baseball tournament week to everybody that celebrates. I've been having that on the whole entire week. Hey, having all the East Coast games on, eating my breakfast, watching college baseball. Hey, you know what? The road to Omaha starts right now, my friends.
Go Dogs. We going. We going. And it ain't like it's the first time. We ain't like the Fresno State is our first time. We've been there multiple times. And we gonna go back.
Right. That's right.
We going back, DR.
Good luck. But go Wolfpack.
Oh yeah, because they might play each other, huh? No, we already did. We beat the Wolfpack.
Y'all probably did.
No, the Wolfpack wasn't the Wolfpack in the running. Welch.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that they swept us at their place a couple weeks ago. We took two games going 3 back like a couple months ago. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see what's going to happen. Aiden Cromorosa will be on the hill pitching for Fresno State, the pitcher of the year in the conference. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see what's going to happen. Offense, it's plus, it's like 105 degrees in Mesa, Arizona.
Oh, my God.
So the ball's going to fly. It's a deep ballpark.
Them boys playing
just saying, watch out. Bring your popcorn, bring your Pepsi. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, them boys playing with a hot ball out there playing with a hot pocket ball.
Man,
it's gonna be the Bengay on the back. That's how hot it is, man.
Instead of that resin pack for pitchers, they're gonna have ice packs.
Hey, look, they're gonna have a water dispenser on their baseball helmets. That's crazy, man.
Hey, that'd be
on turf at 105 degrees.
Hey, that natural grass,
crazy.
Natural grass.
Oh, that's better. It ain't gonna be too hot.
It's gonna be. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, some of them, they cleats gonna melt when they try to walk across the pavement to get to the baseball field.
Okay.
But hey, it's gonna be full grass, my friends.
Hey, let's go. We got one. We got one rolling, y'all. Hey, it's our time, fellas. We're gonna come back next Thursday. We're gonna cover this baseball series. We gotta cover some more baseball, basketball, football, foosball, whatever you want. But we're gonna challenge each other. We're gonna come back on our next show and talk about some sports that we never cover. You don't know what we're gonna talk about. Well, I know Billy probably gonna come with some crazy stuff. Hey, I'm gonna go research some darts. I'm a dart league or something. I'm gonna go research foosball. and see what's happening, you know, around
I got
town.
something for you though. I got something for you.
All right, we're gonna be waiting. Hey man, we should get a bowling league on our show. We should get some retired fifth grade teachers
How
that
about
all
some
they do is
curling?
bowl, and they have a bowling league. What was that, Welch? Welch said, I know one.
Hey, we got to get some curling.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some curling going.
Oh yeah, but he got to scrub. He got to scrub the ground. Man, that actually look kind of fun.
I like watching that in the Olympics. I love watching curling. I love watching curling in the Olympics. That's pretty cool.
Be hard. Hey, I think we all can curl though. I think that could be something that anybody can do.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Hey man, we going past our time. Folks is like join. Hey, you know when we go past our time, we be having more folks join the show and then we cut off. I'm like, there was like 50 people. When the show going on, we be having like 3 people, 5, 6, 9. Then they go all the way down to 1, then 2. Then soon we turn off, it's gonna be like 60. I'm like, bro, wrong time. Wrong time, bro. We're getting off. He should have got on at 8:30, 11:30 Eastern.
11:30 on the East Coast. It's
That's
over
right.
bedtime, but y'all come in, check us out every Thursday night. I ain't playing with you.
Thursday night. We'll see y'all later on some extra straight up on game. Hey, peace out. Don't forget to watch next Thursday. We'll check y'all out. Peace out.